Hey everybody, Doug8798 here. This is my rant on both Mortal Kombat 2011 and Mortal Kombat X. In previous videos, you've heard me talk about everything I liked about Mortal Kombat 2011, and last year, 2 years ago, 2014. In 2014, I did a video giving my thoughts on Mortal Kombat X. Well, I still haven't played Mortal Kombat X, but I've seen several playthroughs and I've seen the story mode, which is one of the things which is actually the only thing I actually cared about with X was the next part of the story, more so than the gameplay. And this is after seeing all of that stuff, after first off after buying and playing Mortal Kombat 2011, and after seeing all the stuff I want to see in Mortal Kombat X, seeing the playthroughs, the story, this is my rant. This is everything I don't like about either one of these games. Mortal Kombat 2011, I actually like Mortal Kombat 2011 despite the problems I have with it. Mortal Kombat X, I have a like-hate thing with that game, but out of all the Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat X is the one I hate the most, even though it's more like hate, because there are things I like about Mortal Kombat X, but it's mostly it's mostly hate, man. It's mostly hated. Mortal Kombat X would be the Mortal Kombat game out of all the games. If you told me which ones I like and which ones I hated, Mortal Kombat X will be the one I hated the most. I've never played Special Forces. I actually like Mythology Sub-Zero, and I've never played Shaolin Monks. So there. And I love Mortal Kombat 1 through 8. Mortal Kombat 1 through 8. So Mortal Kombat 2011. First off, love the graphics. Love the graphics, love the voice acting, love the character designs of several characters such as Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Johnny Cage, um, Sonya, Jax, Nightwolf, Striker. Really love how they did. Really love how they redid Striker. Cabal, Human Smoke, Kano, Noob Saibot, pretty much rated it, pretty much everyone. I'm gonna talk about the designs I didn't like, the character designs I didn't like, but I love the graphics, the last game, Mortal Kombat versus DC, because that was one of the first games being totally made for the 8th generation and for the 7th generation, not the 8th generation, for the 7th generation. And Midway, which is now NetherRealm Studios, was on the verge of bankruptcy and didn't have a lot of money, so they couldn't have like a big roster, and several characters like Quan Chi, who was in story mode, didn't couldn't be never became available for gameplay. So I love this game for including more Mortal Kombat characters who were not in Mortal Kombat versus DC, who were not in Mortal Kombat versus DC, for including lots of characters. And one thing I loved about Mortal Kombat 2011 was sets it apart. This game and the last one, DC, one thing that sets it apart from all of the fighting games, they did what fighting games have been trying to do for almost 20 something years now, almost 20 plus years now, for 20 plus years, and that is connect each fighter's story into one giant story. Take each fighter's story and connect them to one giant story. Several fighting games have been trying to do this for 20 plus years. The first was, of course, was SNK, and of course the Sega Genesis game Eternal Champions, and it was pretty much Mortal Kombat Deception, Armageddon, and Mortal Kombat versus DC, and finally Mortal Kombat 2011 They perfected what they've been trying to do for 20 plus years now. So that's another plus of Mortal Kombat. Now for the bad. I don't like the gameplay. This was one of the things I criticized before I actually bought the game. I hated Mortal Kombat 2011 before I bought it. One of the things I did not like about the game, one of the things I did not like about Mortal Kombat 2011 was like I said, was the gameplay. I didn't like how, first off, they promised new gameplay. They promised brand new gameplay for experienced Mortal Kombat players. There was nothing new about this. This was first off, it was a rehash of Mortal Kombat versus DC on a two D plane, which I did not like. That's going backwards. We're supposed to be going forward. That's going backwards. That's 90s arcade style. If I want to do that, I'll go back and play Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. 1 through 3. I wanted the 3D arena style combat, the sixth generation, the sixth generation Mortal Kombat games had. Mortal Kombat games had and DC had. So they promised new gameplay, and the video game was pretty much Mortal Kombat 3 and 4. It was a seventh generation version of Mortal Kombat 3 and 4. It had the realistic moves of a Mortal Kombat 4, but it had the combos and stuff of but it had the gameplay, the 2D gameplay of the Mortal Kombat 3. And it had elements from the first and second game too, which that I actually like. I love how they successfully rebooted the game. Another thing I initially didn't like was them rebooting the franchise, them rebooting the franchise so soon instead of continuing from where Armageddon left off, and that was the new character Taven. But this was a good reboot. But yeah, I didn't like the game. I didn't like the gameplay. And while I love the signature maneuvers, even though this is a rehash of the sixth generation games, most of these maneuvers in my previous videos I said I praised them as being new. Most of these maneuvers aren't new. They're rehash maneuvers from previous Mortal Kombat games. But while I love several special maneuvers and the cool X-ray moves and the cool super combo moves from the Street Fighter franchise. The Street Fighter franchise. I don't like the fighting. I don't like the fighting. I don't like the fighting system. I don't like the fighting system. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. It's terrible. The combos and fighting system aren't as good as previous Mortal Kombat games. The old Mortal Kombat games 1 through 3 fight system, and that fight system didn't have any depth either. Was better than the one now. Was better than the one now. I don't like the combat system. Luckily, everything else about the game is good. So much that it keeps me coming back for more. I play the game all the time. I play Mortal Kombat 2011 all the time. Um, Now the final thing I didn't like about Mortal Kombat 2011 was the story mode. The storyline. The writing. I love the story mode and I love the storyline, but I did not like the writing. First of all, in the Armageddon, Taven defeated Blaze. I was mad that Mortal Kombat 2011 didn't have anything to do with Taven and Dagon. Taven defeated Blaze, and Shinnok trapped Raiden with his hands. So how is it Shao Kahn and Raiden fighting at the top? Fighting at the top when Unaga came and snatched and took Shao Kahn away. And Mortal Kombat Deception, in order to defeat Unaga in the storyline of the game, you had to possess some kind of ancient weapons. You had to possess some kind of ancient weapons, the Kamidogu, and the Kamidogu, and to defeat Unaga. So, and Shao Kahn didn't have these. So how did he defeat Unaga? How is it him and Raiden at the top of the pyramid? So that was one problem. That was the problem. Then the various other plot holes. Then the various other plot holes in the game. Um, yeah, like I said, just checking the timeline. Then the various other plot holes. Then the various other plot holes in the video game, such as um um Shao Kahn, Shao Kahn's the whole storyline is pretty much Raiden preventing Armageddon, pre- trying to prevent his visions from coming true, trying to prevent his visions from coming true. After Liu Kang defeated Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat tournament. Of course, this is where Shang Tsung, in a plea to, this is when Shang Tsung came up with a new plan to lure the Earth Realmers into Outworld, and he did this by having the Tarkatan horde invade Earth Realm, and kidnap Sonya, right there, like gaming channel Sin said, um, the elder gods should have came and punished Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung right there. You lost the tournament and you changed the rules without the consent of the elder gods. So why didn't the elder gods come in right there? Then when Liu Kang defeated Shao Kahn, then when Liu Kang defeated Shao Kahn, it seemed that every problem in this game could have been solved by killing Quan Chi. That's pretty much what it was. And every problem in this game could have been solved by simply killing Quan Chi. He resurrected Sindel, who wiped out the entire Mortal Kombat cast. He resur- he resurrected Kung Lao after resurrected Kung Lao as a revenant after he got killed. Um, he resurrected he healed Shao Kahn after Liu Kang severely injured him with his fire blast. Fire blast, and of course after Raiden accidentally killed Liu Kang. Raiden after Raiden accidentally killed Liu Kang, he resurrected Liu Kang as Revenant, and everyone else who died as Revenant. So pretty much every problem could have been solved by killing Quan Chi. Then of course the stupidity of Raiden leaving the talk to the elder gods who leaving the talk to the elder gods when like Liu Kang said the battle was joined there, and if Raiden had left, the Mortal Kombat characters didn't die. Then another problem I had was that Shang Tsung, I understood here, was the way all the combatants died. That was so anticlimactic the way they got killed. Kung, Jade's death Jade's death was badass. I love the way she got killed, and I love the way Stryker got killed. The way the punch Sindel gave Stryker, and the way Nightwolf sacrificed himself. But all that first off, but I hated the way all the combatants, the way they just how Sindel was single-handedly able to destroy each of them easily. Shao Kahn gave her Shang Tsung's life force, but Shang Tsung ain't even that powerful. What kind of power did she get to where she could straight up squash the entire Mortal Kombat cast and force Nightwolf to sacrifice himself? So I didn't like that. Then of course you could at least had everyone else die, but you could at least had Stryker and maybe Cabal survive. That would have been something new. Stryker, Johnny Cage, and Sonya and Cabal as main characters in Mortal Kombat X. That would have been new instead of having them as revenants. Instead of having them as revenants in Mortal Kombat X. Yeah, I know they said they wanted to get rid of goody two shoe bad guys. I remember Ed Boon saying that somewhere that he wanted to get rid of goody two shoes, cliched good guys and bad guys. He wanted to get rid of that, which is why he killed these characters off in the way he did. Which is another problem I had. Bringing back every single character just to kill them off, as you saw in the opening of the game, then resurrecting them and rebooting it in just to kill everybody off so you can make another sequel. I didn't like that either. Then the biggest plot hole is Shao Kahn. Of course, the whole plot was Shao Kahn pretty much broke the rules by invading Earthrealm once again, but they instead waited till he tried to merge the realm before they finally decided to act. Before they finally decided to act. So, like I said, the video's almost done. This was my rant on Mortal Kombat 2011. Good game, but like I said, the writing and the plot holes and several aspects of the gameplay I didn't like. This is what I didn't like about Mortal Kombat 2011. Alright, the part 2 will be Mortal Kombat X. Ah.